Good afternoon. Jay Coulter here with Financial Advisor TV. I'm sitting with my friend Ross Marino in person. We're going to have a conversation. We're at the Sudden Money Financial Transitionist Institute's annual conference. Ross is about to give a keynote. We're going to talk a little bit about what he has going on with this keynote and your new conference launching next year. Why don't we start with the keynote? What are you talking about today?
Excited to be here. We're going to talk about shifting the conversation, and specifically, most financial planners have a point when they're talking with a prospect where a financial question is asked of them. And our instinct, because we're trained as financial planners, is to answer like a financial planner. We throw out facts and figures and tax code and history of the markets, and all of a sudden we just see the people glaze over. So when we do the presentation, we're going to do a workshop style where we talk about situations when a prospect may ask a financial question, but we need to shift the conversation. And instead of answering like a financial planner, try to dig a little bit deeper, connect with them on a human first level, and then see where it goes.
Connect with them on a human first level. Could you go a little bit deeper on that?
We're trained as financial planners, so we think in numbers and pie charts and financial planning projections. That's not how people think. And if we're going to connect with them and they're going to trust us, I have to connect with them on the personal level. I have to listen to them. I have to get to know them, see what they're thinking and how they're feeling. If I can do that, we can establish a bond, we'll establish a level of trust, and now I'm in a position to help them make decisions that'll work for them.
You know, Ross, for an advisor like myself that is much more well-versed on the technical side and enjoy the technical side of this business, the human side, I've got a long ways to go. And I think a lot of the industry does. What do we need to do to make the industry more aware of the human side?
Well, I'll use what I do. If you actually take a look in my office, you'll see the computer, and then you'll see my microphone, and in between will be a little Post-it note, and it says shift the conversation. I have to remind myself on a regular basis to shift the conversation. I need to be prompted. My instinct is to answer like a financial planner. So the first part is to recognize this is our instinct, and it's okay. It's how we're trained. But we have to shift the conversation, find out what brought someone in there today, how they got there, and most importantly, how are they feeling, because they will answer.
Yeah. You've been a big proponent of this for quite a while. Next year, you have something big launching. Tell everybody about what's coming.
Brand new conference, Shift Human First Financial Guidance. We're bringing together the organizations, the thought leaders, the people out there who help advisors help their clients make financial decisions. And they do it by connecting with them on the human level. These are people like Susan Bradley with the Financial Transitionist Institute, Brian Portnoy, Jamie Hopkins, Sarah Falah, Amy Mullen. They're people that have wonderful followings out there and they do great work. We're going to bring them all together in one area, and we're going to help advisors learn and go deep.
Well, nobody following Financial Advisor TV, everybody recognizes those names. You're bringing them together, one conference. When is it?
It's going to be March 19th and 20th next year in San Antonio at the Hyatt Hill Country.
Excellent. So when you and I get together on camera, we generally talk about issues that are affecting advisors. We do tend to skew towards the human side where we can, because that really is your passion. Ross, what are some of the things you think advisors need to be paying attention to outside of that as we head into 2023?
Well, I think we have to recognize that it's not just so much change on the personal level for people, but their ability to make decisions and what they're going to think of is going to be expanded. So whereas before they may think this is how I invest money, or this is how we make decisions, maybe I might pay this off, maybe I might keep some money here, that's all been jostled around. So their typical decision tree and how they process financial planning decisions or investment decisions, it's shifted over the last few years. So we have to recognize that many of the conversations we had 10 years ago may not be as effective today because people are thinking and feeling differently.
First of all, I hope any viewers can give us some credit. We are recording this during the break at one of these shows, and we have Stevie Nicks playing over the speakers right now. Ross, before we wrap up, what are your thoughts on other conferences that are rolling out next year? What has your eye?
Well, I'm a big fan of Jolt. I love the idea of marketing. I just watched their intro video, and I had to send Robert Sophia a message. The whole idea of somebody yelling that I'm a fiduciary and people have no idea, that's shifting the conversations. We're aligned. I think that'll be a great conference, because if we're going to differentiate, we have to find ways to stand out, and that's going to be communicated during our marketing. So I'm looking forward to Jolt. I think that's going to be a cool conference.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Ross, thanks for coming on. I don't even know if this live broadcast got out because we're dealing with some spotty Wi-Fi connections here, and there's a storm rolling in. Some of us are going to try to get out of town before that thing hits, aren't we?
Fortunately, I got the last flight out with my daughter, so maybe we'll be home by midnight.
Awesome. Thanks, Ross.